13th, 2023. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have eight items on this evening's agenda, and I will ask the Assistant City Clerk to please read agenda item number 1.
Minutes City Council meeting February 27th, 2023.
Councilor Dumas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to accept and place on file.
Motion made and second to accept and place on file the meeting minutes. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The minutes are filed 11-0. Agenda item number 2.
Communication from the mayor regarding transfer request in the amount of $700,000, which moves funds from undesignated fund to fringes to cover the cost of a 1% non-pensionable stipend for all city employees.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am in full support of the transfer for this 1% stipend. The funds are available. Motion to approve the transfer for $700,000, please.
Been a motion made and seconded to approve the transfers. Any discussion on the motion? Councilor Doucette.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I thought this was going to go to committee, so my apologies for asking a question. But I would expect that this is based upon the base salary of employees. Doesn't take into account overtime or anything like that.
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you very much for the clarification. Yep.
Anyone else? On the motion to approve the transfer for the 1% stipend to the employees, all those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. You want to be recorded opposed, or you're good?
Well, I thought there were several who didn't raise
Okay. All those in favor of the transfer, please stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. President makes 8. And opposed? Please stand. 1, 2, 2.
I just would
abstain.
abstain.
All right, so the transfer is approved 8-2-1. Agenda item number 3.
Communication from City Solicitor Jason Grossfield regarding proposed amendments to Chapter 650 zoning relative to certain provisions concerning mixed use and affordable housing in proper legal form, order number 2223-100-8721.
Councilor Roby.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to accept and place on file the solicitor's communication and refer this to reports of committee.
Motion made and second to accept and file the communication from the solicitor and to move it to the reports of committee. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It is filed and moved to reports of committee 11-0. Agenda item number 4.
Notice from Massachusetts Department of Agricultural Resources regarding yearly operational plan and vegetation management plan. Documents are available in the city clerk's office for viewing.
Councilor Brown.
Move to accept and place on file the communication.
Motion is made and second to accept and place on file the communication. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It is filed 11-0. Agenda item number 5.
Minutes of boards, commissions, and committees.
Councilor
Mr. President.
Doucette.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Motion to accept and place on file the minutes of the boards, commissions, and committees.
Motion made and second to accept and place on file the minutes. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The minutes are filed 11-0. Claims. Councilor Pearlman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to refer the claims to the legal department.
Motion made and second to refer the claims to the legal department. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The claims are going to the legal 11-0. Reports of committees. Who wants to go first? Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Finance Committee met on March 6, 2023. Meeting convened at 6:30 p.m. We had 3 items that evening on the agenda. First order was number 23-100-8806. Communication from Mayor Vision together with mid-year transfer request totaling $1,643,050 from various departments for FY 2023, which moves funds from and to accounts as outlined in the transfer sheets. The chair read the letter submitted by Mayor Vision explaining the need for the transfer. On a motion by Councilor Orm, seconded by the chair, the committee voted 5-0 to recommend approval of the mid-year transfers. Next item was order number 23-100-8807. communication from Mayor Vigent requesting an increase in the spending limit for the Public Safety Revolving Fund for the remainder of fiscal year 2023 to $203,000, together with proposed order that the City Council authorizes increasing the maximum amount that may be expended from Public Safety Revolving Fund during FY 2023 as set forth in Council Order Number 22-100-8604B-1 from $120,000 to $203,000. The Mayor certainly did address this order, and on a motion by Councilor Dumas, seconded by the Chair, the committee recommend approval 5-0. Next item was the order number 23-100-8808, communication from Mayor Vigent, together a proposed order to amend the senior citizen property tax work-off program to increase the amount of the tax deduction from $1,000 to $1,500 for eligible senior citizens. The Chair read the letter from the Mayor. The Mayor cited he would submit an annual report summarizing the program as required. On a motion by Council Perman, seconded by the Chair, the committee voted 5-0 to recommend approval changes to the senior citizen property tax work-off program. Meeting adjourned at 7:25 p.m. and I will be asking for 2 suspensions this evening. First one for order number 23-100-8806 and also for order number 23-100-8808, Mr. President.
Okay, the Chair of the Finance Committee has asked for suspension of the rules for Order 8806, which is the mid-year transfers. All those in favor of the suspension? Opposed? The suspension is approved 11-0. Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move the recommendation of committee to approve the mid-year transfer request totaling $1,643,050 from various departments for FY 2023, please.
Motion made and seconded to approve the mid-year transfers of $1,643,050. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Mid-year transfers are approved 11-0. The Finance Chair has asked for a suspension of the rules for Order 8808, which is to amend the Senior Citizens Tax Work-Off Program. All those in favor of the suspension? Opposed? Suspension is approved 11-0. Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move the recommendation of committee to approve the proposed order to amend the Senior Citizen Property Tax Work-Off Program from $1,000 to $1,500, please.
Motion made and seconded to approve the amendment to the Senior Tax Work-Off Program. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It is approved 11-0. Councilor Roby.
President, the City Council Urban Affairs Committee met on Monday, March 6th. We had 2 items on our agenda. The first was 22-100-8721, a communication from Solicitor Grossfield on behalf of Councilor Roby regarding proposed amendments to Chapter 650 zoning relative to certain provisions concerning mixed use and affordable housing. The Chair read the communication from the solicitor with his opinion that including new clauses regarding the affordability levels, percentage of the area median income, or household income eligibility would require a new public hearing, so nothing was added. Everything else was gone over and nobody had any changes to the document submitted by the solicitor. Chair noted this would be reported out and requires a suspension to vote on it this evening. Councilor Doucette moved to recommend approval of the updated draft to amend Chapter 655, Chapter 650-26, and Chapter 650-37. The vote carried 5-0. So I will be asking for a suspension on that one. The other item on our agenda was, I will also remind everybody that I did ask everybody to agree to have the solicitor submit a new order on the council that would include the things that he thought were not appropriate to have in this particular order, as a new public hearing will need to be set up. So the other order was number 22-100-8694, the application for a site plan review from Attorney Falk on behalf of JW Capital Partners LLC for a mixed-use project at 57 Main Street in the Marlborough Village Zoning District. There's a lot of verbiage in this. It is still in committee. I'm not going to read through it, but I will note on the last page the fact that The committee had voted for a further extension of time until April 27th. After consulting with the applicant and with city legal, I'm asking for suspension also to have the council vote on the agreement. So.
Okay, well, we'll take the suspensions. We'll take the last one first. So there's been a request for suspension for Order 8694 to, on the suspension. All those in favor of the suspension? Opposed? The suspension is approved 11-0. The request from the Council Roby is to approve?
To approve the extension until April 27th, 2023.
Okay, so the motion's been made and second to approve the extension, and of course.
I'm sorry, I had to recuse myself from the last vote as well as this one. Thank you.
I apologize, Councilor Dumas, for not picking up that, so we will reflect that you will have abstained from participating in voting in Order 8694. I'm sorry, Councilor Roby.
So I'm requesting the council approve the extension.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the extension till April 27th for Order 8694. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? The extension is approved 10-01. The Chair of Urban has requested a suspension of the rules for Order number 8721, which is the changes to the affordable housing ordinances. All those in favor of the suspension? Opposed? The suspension carries 11-0. Councilor Roby.
So move the recommendation of committee to approve the updated draft, which is a ordinance change.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the ordinance change. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, this is an ordinance change, so it has to go through the 4 stages. So, all those in favor of suspending the first reading and approving the second? All those in favor? Opposed? First part's approved 11-0. All those in favor of the passage to be enrolled? All those in favor? Opposed? It is enrolled 11-0. All those in favor of the passage to be ordained? All those in favor? Opposed? It is ordained 11-0. Is there any objection to passage in one evening? Seeing none, the ordinance is approved. Are there any other reports of committees or announcements? Councilor Roby?
There's a meeting on Wednesday. We will be taking up the order regarding the special permit for housing of the development on Boston Post Road.
Well, that's March 15th, the next Urban Affairs meeting. Anyone else? Councilor Oram?
It may be suitable, since we have a large storm coming in, already started. Ted Scott, Assistant Commissioner at the DPW, sent us an email that maybe whoever's watching this should know. Curbside collection will not be delayed tomorrow. So have your trash and recycling out. Thank you.
That is correct. So what Councilor Oram stated is correct. So put your trash containers out this evening, and they will be picked up tomorrow. Anyone else? Everybody's good? We will move on to agenda item number 7.
Order number 23-100-8816, request for approval of a flat wall sign by Harry's Construction, 561 Boston Post Road East, within the Wayside Zoning District. Recommendation of the Urban Affairs Committee is to approve.
Councilor Roby.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move the recommendation. I'm not sure if they have the final issuance of the occupancy permit, but nothing can happen until they do. So move the recommendation.
Motion made and seconded to approve the recommendation of the Urban Affairs is to allow the sign to go up. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It is approved, 11-0. Agenda item number 8.
Order number 23-100-8823, change of public hearing date on the application for a special permit from attorney Sam McCanian on behalf of SUCIU LLC, DBA Excella Storage, to add additional storage units to a non-conforming storage facility to be located at 846 Boston Post Road East within the Wayside District.
Council, just as a way of background, at our last meeting, we approved to set the public hearing up for March 27th. The city clerk did a good job to reach out to the applicant to make sure they were good to go, and they weren't. So before we advertised or did anything, they found a new date, which would be April 10th, so they put that on. So then we'll go advertise that, assuming this body approves. I'll ask Councilor Roby to entertain a motion to set the new public hearing date for April 10th.
I move that we change the public hearing date to April 10th.
Motion's made and seconded to revise the public hearing date to April 10th, and we will advertise accordingly. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The new public hearing date will be advertised as April 10th. Councilor Dumas.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? We are adjourned at 8:15.